8 days ago, I was sitting in the office of the owner of the practice that I was working for 6 years. I was a little nervous because I rarely get to sit in the owner's office, and I know if when I do, it's not a good reason. And sure enough, he looks at me and he says, "I'm gonna have to let you go." Like I said, it was 8 days ago, and I've had a lot of time to reflect and to go on and to think about the reasoning. I think I've already gone through all the stages of grief when it comes to this feeling of failure, trying to bargain, blaming, but now I'm at the point of acceptance. And to be quite honest, sort of relieved. Now this office has 28 employees. That includes hygienists, front desk, and assistants. Yes, this is a very big practice. And I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy for a long time, if I'm being really honest. And I guess in the end, it kind of showed in my work. Did it show in my work, or maybe did it show in the office politics where I just shut down? I stopped talking to people. I wasn't necessarily rude, but I did stop talking. And in the end, it came through, and the doctor made the difficult decision of letting me go. So what have I been doing since those 8 days? Well, like I said, the first 2 days, I sort of went through the grieving process. Self-pity, worry. And then after that, I went through my finances. They did give me severance pay, so I calculated everything and see how long it is that I can go without a paycheck. After I did that, I sat down and I asked myself, and to be honest, I hadn't asked myself this in a very long time. What is it that I want to do? What is it that's going to make me happy? So did I want to go? I didn't really want to go back in dental. The whole experience of being let go sort of had me lose my confidence. And I was thinking of other options, like maybe I can go into a whole other field. And the idea just sort of made me excited. I've always loved school, so the idea of going back to school never scared me. Let me fix this a little bit. There you go. So I always wanted to go back to school. So my sister had mentioned that she had the in for radiology. So if I got my radiology certificate, that she'll be able to put me in an office not too far. She was gonna actually do it for my nephew, but he wasn't interested. So she said she can do me the favor. And yeah, I came on here on YouTube. I looked at other channels about being a radiology technologist. I think that's how you say it, because it's not technician. Technicians fix the machine. So that much I learned. And the whole idea of being in the healthcare field, it is a growing field, so I wouldn't be out of work, and the pay would be just a little bit more of what I'm getting paid now, or what I was getting paid as an office manager. So all I know is that I just didn't want another office manager role. Not in dental, not in optometry, not in anything. No, thank you. One of the critiques that my former boss had given me was it's just not in my personality. And in a way, I sort of agreed. A part of me wanted to blame them because when I did ask for help or when I did ask for guidance, they didn't give it to me. So I sort of lost my confidence in that. So I don't know, or maybe that's just me blaming and not taking accountability. I could have asked for more help, could have made it more well known. I could have even sought like education and seen how I could better, without them. But I didn't do any of that. And yeah, so I lost my job. So I know my salary was really expensive. So I had to do something. I couldn't just do, like a restaurant or retail job. It would have to be something where I at least got somewhat of what I was getting paid as an office manager. So I was once I fixed up my resume and I went on Indeed, I was only applying for jobs that I wanted, that were saying to me. And I wasn't applying out of desperation. And that is something that I recommend. Don't just apply just to apply. Don't just agree to a job just to get a job. You know, you don't want the same mistake to happen again. And also, if you are at a job that you're not happy, don't stay. There are so many jobs out there that we have no reason to stay at a job and be unhappy. If you don't mind, I'm also gonna have a Celsius while I'm talking to you. So yeah, I mean, I think that's, all in all, that's the main mistake I made. I stayed at a job I wasn't happy and doing probably half-ass work. I go into a little bit more detail in my last video, which I'll try to connect somewhere along here. And yeah, so I was feeling pretty confident because I could go a few weeks without a paycheck. And little did I know God was listening to me. I wanted very specific job. I was gonna go back into dental. I was singing about how, I would never go back into dental, but like reality hit. Because of all of my experience, I have 12 years of experience in the dental field. That would be one, the easiest job for me to obtain, just because of my resume. And two, it would be a job that would most likely pay me what I'm used to, just because of my experience. So unless I was willing to go back down, which, I mean, yes, I was willing to go and start from the bottom, but pay wise, I had to be a little bit more realistic. So after a few days, I only applied for like 2 positions. I got 1 call back, and I got 1 interview with that callback. And it is exactly what I'm looking for. Very small office, no office. So that means no office politics. I don't have to worry about tiptoeing around certain people. And it's just 1 doctor, 1 assistant, and then myself. Now, the only downside to this is that there would be nobody to train me. So their receptionist had quickly left. I think they said it was a family medical emergency, so she couldn't stay long enough to train the next person. But other than that, it's a fee-for-service office, so I wouldn't have to worry about billing, verifying insurances. I mean, like, what more could I ask for? I was super, super excited. The interview lasted a little bit more than an hour, which is a long time, but I had very specific questions that I wanted to be sure that this would be the right fit for me, or at least what I can tell at first glance. And he had a very specific questions for me too, mainly why was I let go, or what happened at my last job. And I was honest. I was completely honest. I don't think there's anything shameful about why I was let go. And I told him I didn't have strong leadership, and the doctors were disappointed in my performance that way. The only reason they even kept me for as long as they did was because of my customer service. So I spun it. That was something that was really important to him. And it's true. I mean, everything I told him was absolutely true. We got along. We agreed on a salary. So it's an hourly salary. And it is a little bit of a downgrade because at my last job, I got a lot of extra hours. I got a lot of overtime. And of course, with him being only 1 doctor, I think I don't even get a full 40 hours. But if I'm being honest, I'm willing to work with that. I'm willing to work with the salary if it means being in a type of office where I'm happy, if it means working with a doctor that I'm happy with. And I think I am. So also another caveat is, well, it's a lot further than what my last office is. Now, granted, the office I was fired from is literally around the corner from where I live. So I was very, very spoiled. And my new office is about 45 minutes away from me. Any drive would have been a further drive than what I'm used to. So maybe that'll just, get some getting used to, especially since I work out in the morning. So usually what happens is I get up, walk the dogs, make my boyfriend's coffee, go to the gym, then I come home, cook my breakfast, get ready, and then I'm off to work. So my morning routine is about maybe 2 hours. No, it's more like 2.5, 3 hours. So either I'm gonna have to cut it very short or wake up a lot earlier. So that part I haven't really gotten used to or haven't really thought out yet. But yeah, I just want to let you know that if you were let go, there's a job out there for you. You know, like, don't feel bad. You're not a failure. I think I heard a quote that said that, like, you didn't fail until you give up, you know? And then even Walt Disney, like, went bankrupt like 3 times before Disneyland was a success. I mean, there are so many examples of this. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm just eating my lunch. I warmed up a bowl. I went to Costco and I bought a whole bunch of stuff. I think that's my coping mechanism, buying groceries. So yeah, I bought these like frozen bowls. I wanted to give them a try because at my new job, I normally don't eat out. I believe it eats into your budget, so I like to bring food from home. I didn't ask if he has a microwave, so I hope he does. If not, picking out lunches is going to be kind of hard. But I did buy a whole bunch of Uncrustables. So those usually defrost, and by the time it's lunchtime, I can just eat it. So hopefully I won't have to do that because I think I'll get sick of those pretty quickly. But I think the part that shocked me was, 1, how quickly I was able to get a job. And 2, how perfectly this job was what I was asking for. And let me tell you, I do think the universe, God, whatever you believe in, is listening. And you just got to pick yourself up, brush off the dirt, and move forward. And I even don't wish my last office like the worst. You know, like, I don't wish any bad ill on them, as hard as that is, because I am a little angry about some certain points. Like I said, I think I just lost the game of office politics. So those people that got into the owner's ear about my work, but you know what? Maybe things happen for a reason. Now I'm still gonna look into going into radiology school. Believe it or not, I'm only missing like 1 class, but the caveat is that the deadline for me to apply for the program, it is a 2-year program, is going to be March 28th. So I will need to register for college, complete the class, and then submit my application before March 28th. And then the actual course starts in August. So if I miss it this year, then I'll have to wait a whole other year before I can apply again, assuming that I'll get accepted the first time I apply. But like I said, maybe being in a small, quiet office is exactly what I need. Don't let the fact that I'm doing YouTube fool you. I am an introvert by nature. And I think that's part of the things that I did wrong. It's like I shut down. I wasn't talking to people. I didn't say anything as I walked by. Maybe that was a little rude. But I wasn't happy. I don't know. Maybe it's all water under the bridge at this point. This is pretty good. And the protein is really good. So it's 400 calories, 30 grams of protein. I've really been trying to like up my protein lately. So, I don't know. This is good. I would imagine that those who are watching this are going through something similar. So tell me your story. in the comments below. I'm going to be looking, and I'll comment back. And then maybe we could start a little community. So thanks so much for joining. See you next time. Bye.